Hi guys, it's Tracy in Australia. I hope that you are all safe and well. It's been a really long time since I've had something to share with you, but I am very excited to show you an altered book that I just finished. Big shout out to my friend Kim Becker, who encouraged me to do an altered book and has also helped me when I have struggled with being motivated. I actually started this before Christmas and I just really been in a creative quagmire. So I really appreciated that encouragement, Kim. It's meant a lot to me. So let's get started and see what I have done. I found this book at an opportunity shop. In fact, there were two of them and they measure about 6.5 by 5.5, and they were about, or I'd say a couple hundred pages. So I've really removed a lot. What I liked about them was the size and the shape of the book. And they also had, both contain inspirational quotes, and I've actually retained some of those to use in the book. So quite a different style to what I've normally been doing, but I have wanted to do one of these for a while. Very inspired by the Finnish creator Emilia. I'll put a link to her YouTube channel, she is just amazing, and she is also part of a creative partnership called Paper Garden. That's her husband, and I've used a lot of their digitals in this book. So let's have a look. I love the William Morris paper. I assume it's William Morris, it looks like it. And I love the brown colors. I also loved the gold end papers. And so I've really taken those as my color inspiration for the journal. What I'm going to do is just show you each page. There are not a lot. I'm not going to talk about everything on every page. I'll just talk a little bit about the process. You glue pages together and that makes them quite strong. That gives you a base to work on, and instead of using gesso, I actually covered mine with a wash I made using brown paint. I watered that down, and I also used Lindy's sprays, and then did some gold script stamping, and I've also used different colored foils every now and then. So then I've just done lots of layering on the page, and as I said, I did use some of the quotes that really spoke to me that were already part of the journal. Some of those some of those I've cut out and used, other ones I've just retained that page and worked around it. So lots of fussy cutting, lots of layering. These are digitals from Paper Garden, and I've layered those up. Use some sari and some little buttons. These are vintage German book pages. I'm lucky to have some of those because I have a German husband and he likes books. These were ones that he had as a child, and they're falling apart now, so he was happy to sacrifice those. Lots of lace bits and pieces here. I've dyed this lace applique piece and then sewn some beads, metallic beads around it, and used a little flat back pearl there. And I also flicked gold paint onto this one, and you can still read the quote that was under that. This is a die cut, a Spellbinders die cut, and which I really love, and I have some Rust Effects paste, and I use those to create a rusty garden gate, and that actually opens up, and there's a girl in a field, and again some layering and some Tim Holtz quotes down there. This is stamped. I don't know whether you can see, I've used stickles to make those stand out, the little flowery parts of that. Down the sides here, oh, not that one, I must have missed that one. Usually on the pages I put muslin to reinforce the pages. So I like this gorgeous image. I'd say 1920s, 1930s. And again, lots of layering. That's a wooden piece. This is a plastic flower that I've altered. And then I've created a little flip out. So this is one of the original quotes that was in here. I've really let that speak for itself. Just done a little bit of foiling and a little bit of stamping around that. Again, some of the gold paint I've flicked onto the page. This is one of my favorite vintage photos that I often use. So she had to go into this book. Some pearl buttons. I used a little bit of stickles to highlight bits of the costume. This is Maud Feely. She was a beautiful Edwardian actress, and this was when she was playing a part in Midsummer Night's Dream. I always love to find out things about, if I can, about some of the images and things that I use. I love this. This is a very cool piece. I don't even know where it came from. I think I must have been gifted that in a rack. Big bit of bling up there. This is an applique butterfly, and I've dyed that a little bit. Again, very 1920s, 30s image. Love the effects that came with the Lindy's on this page. This one here, I actually created pockets, 2 pockets by using 3 of the original pages, and then use some of my edge punches. This one's just punched on the edge of the paper. This one I did on a piece of paper and then glued it behind the existing paper. This is one of my favorite pages. I love the finish images that Paper Garden use. They just really appeal to me. I don't know why. Here I had this tiny little piece of fabric, and that echoed the pansies, and so I decided to add that in. Here I've created a little piece of, looks like scrap paper, but it's actually, I did that using a stamp and a piece of tea-dyed paper. I absolutely love medieval things and Gothic arches, and so I've used that here. I think one of the images from Paper Garden is, it's a book plate that has a Gothic feel to it, and that kind of set me off. Here I've used gold to stamp, and then gold stickles. I like how that turned out. This one is a little flip, just for something a bit different. And then there's a saying underneath that. You can see that the page is a little bit, I've ripped a piece of the page off just to create a little bit of interest. This one here also, I've torn the bottom of it. Didn't want everything to be the same. Lots of pieces, scrappy pieces of doily. It's your chance to, I love that scrappy look, and it's a really good chance to use doilies that are, you know, would normally be thrown out because they're falling apart. This is actually a pocket. Love this quote from Percy Shelley about the nightingale. And here I've threaded some gold sari silk through the lace. And you can see the page behind this, I've just curled down the front. These two pages are glued together. That's part of your altered book process. Again, some pockets, and just added some little bits of ephemera into there. And used some gold wax, Finnabar wax on there, on the bits of the edges of the pockets. So that basically so that you can see where they are. And again, my edge punch. This was a piece that was gifted to me. I think and I thought the colors really go with this book, so I thought that's a perfect opportunity to use that. And the image of the bird, because it's those browns. And there are a lot of nature images in the book. I love these old photos. I just love the expressions on their faces. Just beautiful. So a German book, old German book page, some vintage music paper. This was part of an old scarf, some vintage broderie lace. It's just really pretty. This is actually an image from a painting by Turner, Tinterton Abbey. And again, you can see the Gothic arches. I love that. And the beautiful, the wax and the foil just really gives it a magic quality. Again, lots of layering. And my final page. Okay, I hope that you've enjoyed looking at that, something a little bit different. I've really enjoyed doing it, and will definitely explore my creativity and do some more. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe.